All right, perfect. Whoops, let's see. I'm trying to line everything up. So what am I doing today? I'm going to be working on some howdy there, film studios. Also, I'm never going to get your name right. You do know that, right? After all these years, I'm never going to recognize Seelen Schlut. There you go. I think I got it that time, right? This is what we're doing today. See this? This is a little tiny lunchbox. I actually have two scales that we'll be doing. This one's slightly bigger. I think this one's 1/3 scale, and then this one right here, I think, is it's just a tad less than that. So, anyway, so I wouldn't say 1/4, but still, yeah. So that's what we're going to be working on today. I'm going to be showing you how to make these. We're going to at least with one kind of start somewhat from scratch, and then doing a lot of weathering. I'm going to also show you how to do a couple of different rust techniques. One in which we're actually going to really rust the actual object. I'll use a little bit of resin and things. We'll just experiment with some different stuff. If you start over. If you watched the last live stream that I did, we went through and took a giant vault door that we cut out from wood. And then painted and weathered. This is going to use some of the same techniques, but not everything. I'm going to flip around the cameras so you can kind of see how many of these lunchboxes we've got so far. Let me see here. Let me tilt this down a tad here. Hey, B-Rad, Man with a Gun, Sith Lord Miguel. Hey, and then John Douglas, Derek, Gordo. Hey, welcome to the stream. Let me flip around my camera. There's got to be an easier way. Let's see, flipping the camera. It's a lot easier in YouTube than it is on TikTok to flip the camera around. But this, I mean, just to give you an idea of how many of these lunchboxes I've got so far that we're going to be working on. I'm not working on all these today. I'm going to do at least 6. So we do have 6 different kinds. So, naturally we have the one that probably most people are familiar with, right? Let's see here. Here we go. This is the larger scale one. This one that you're probably most familiar with has the vault boy that goes all the way around. You've also got on the front, we have a picture of the vault. On the back, we have this poster. These drawings are really kind of funny. Now, there is some things you'll notice on these two that I'm showing you right now that they already have a little bit of weathering that are done, where I'm going to show you what I do as a basic in the beginning before I start to actually paint some additional weathering. But yeah, these are kind of funny. I mean, look at the way that the scout guy is standing and stuff. It's just a little odd. And then this person, do they show up on both? Oh, they do. Right. Can I get it to focus? That one, right. This one right here has the weirdest. Oh, there we go. Kind of focusing it. It's a little too small. The strangest smile on face, but anyway, kind of interesting. Hello, everyone that's just now joining, by the way. Hey, B-Rad. I already said B-Rad. Ethan does YouTube. Hey, yeah. Any rate, these I am making for you for free. Like, you can have either of these. Now, there's going to be a few things that I'm going to be giving away for free. And yes, it's going to be really easy to get those. So thanks for the gifts there. Daryl Royal 13. Hi, how's it going? But anyway, so I'm going to be doing these, and I'm also going to be making some like Mentat cases that I'm also going to be giving away. These will be done probably next week, and then I'm also going to be laser cutting and making here. Where is it? I've got it in my hand, but I'm having a hard time opening it for some reason. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, it's because I'm not pushing on it right. So these, I'm going to be giving away these little kits here for being able to make things. They're just basically like fix-it kits that I'm going to be giving away. Not during this live stream, not to this live stream. I'm actually going to be giving these away at live events. So if you're not familiar, this is your opportunity. Hold, did you say giveaway? Yes. So here's the deal behind that. So I am going to be going to the Fallout celebration. Yes, there is a Fallout celebration. I've gone. I didn't go to the first year. It's happened 3 times so far. The first year I missed. It happened, I think, in July, which is the hottest time you could possibly perceive going to Nevada, to Good Springs in Nevada, specifically to the Pioneer Saloon, which is a real place. It's not just in the game. And so yeah, pretty it's pretty cool. The first year that I went, I think they had 3,000 people show up. Last year they had 6,000. And now last night, Connor, who's tied to our channel too, and that I was talking to last night, I think he said that he was thinking it was going to be 9,000 is what's anticipated this year. I mean, they do sell tickets for these, so they kind of can pick up on how many people are showing up. But that's a live event. Going to be painting jackets while you show this. That's very cool, Cam. Yeah, so this is this. You've seen that place before, Film Studios. Yeah, it's really cool. It's a very, very cool place. It's a very real place. It has a very interesting background. It looks more like Fallout than the game itself. To be honest with you, I have a whole video, a pretty long like documentary about the place that you got to check out on our YouTube channel, which is your Geek Fix as well. But the thing that you want to do is just go check it out. This is the best. I've been to a lot of different cons. I've been to a lot of different cosplay things. This has got to be the coolest, the best, the most friendly environments I've ever been to, and it's really a good IRL way. King of Hype 2.0. Thanks, King of Hype. I remember you doing that nuka-cola thing there in Good Springs. I did. So last year, or last couple of years actually, I've dressed up as the nuka-cola, specifically Phil, the nuka-cola dude, which is a character from actual Fallout, or one of its spin-offs, I should say. And thanks, April. So yeah, I went last year. I have a working. I don't know if I can say your name, but Mary and Twinkle Toes. I went last year dressed up as Phil the Nuka-Cola dude, and I made on our channel also that you can check out on our YouTube channel. I made and that's also here on TikTok if you're also watching on TikTok. A working Nuka-Cola zapper, and then we had flavors of Nuka-Cola. People would come up and they would pick out a flavor and they had to shoot it into their friend's mouth from 10 feet away. And by doing so, Bethesda gave me a bunch of things to give away. I actually have a lot of Bethesda things that they're giving me to give away at these events I'm going to tell you about. But anyway, so yeah, if you go to Good Springs this year, because we can't bring liquid this year. So if you didn't know that and you're going to the event, you can't bring in your own food and drinks. That there's a good reason behind that. Honestly, they lost a lot of money last year on this event. I mean, we want them to keep doing this event. So, contributing to the local vendors and things is really pretty important. So that's part of the reason for that. I think it's also to make sure that people don't get a little too crazy with stuff. And so anyway, so that's one event. And that's November I just blanked on it. I think it's November the week of the 16th, I think, or the something 12th through the 14th. I don't remember. Anyway, the week before that, I'm going to be in LA. I'm trying to figure out a meetup date. So a week before that, you could snag some of the stuff from me. Or next month in October, I will be at New York City Comic Con. I will be at a booth, which I have in the description, and you can come see me there. And not only will I be giving away that stuff, but I'm being given other things to also give away that are pretty big, pretty cool, including a Batmobile, a 1/8 scale, I want to say, Batmobile, which is the 1989 Batmobile. So anyway, so just so you know, that's what I'm making these for. I'm making these to give away to people that come out and meet me, come out and show your cosplay, your stuff, your Fallout things like that. Anyway, you live in Nevada, but nowhere close to the Fallout events. That's Good Springs. So you must be. I'm guessing you're probably up north. Would be my guess. Yeah. You won a thing at. Oh, did you do it? Oh, yeah, Cam did it. I remember. I think you made it into the video, didn't you? Into the commercial. You're the last one that shoots. But I think I can't remember. But anyway, so okay, I'm gonna ask where in LA. In LA, I don't know yet. I'm just gonna be in LA, and I'm gonna be actually every day. I'm gonna be at a different place. I'm gonna be going one day. I'm gonna be at Corridor Studios, meeting the Corridor crew. Another day, I'm gonna be going to the prop store. I'm gonna be at prop store another day. I'm gonna be at a couple of other places too. They're kind of cool. And then I'm probably gonna be hanging out a little bit with Dan Lanigan is the plan, going and seeing his collection and stuff. So anyway, so I'll be kind of traveling a little bit. So it'd be easy for me. I'm gonna reach out before that and see if there's a place for those of you that live in LA or that are near LA or would actually come out to meet me. Let me know. Email me at yourgeekfix@gmail.com, and I will be happy to include you in setting that up so that you can get something, you can show me your stuff, and we'll share it back on our channel and things too. You might notice that these have two different tops too. So this one has this kind of top, right? It has this kind of handle. I like that these are bigger. I like that the back looks like an actual, a real lunchbox. These ones, it's like this, right? Not like that. Sorry. Hang on. There we go. Like this. These Nuka-Cola ones, you can see that they have more of a standard handle for a lunchbox, and then they have these little latches that are just like on a real lunchbox. What I don't like about them, and they're smaller, what I don't like about them is how they are sunk in on the back, because I feel like that's not how most lunchboxes look. So anyway, you could, and I did consider taking some containers and making them, look like this. This right here is one that is unpainted. Okay, so this is the one that we're going to be actually going through from scratch and kind of starting with. This isn't how I bought it. These are kids' toy originally. They're like tiny lunchboxes, and they're multicolored, and they have little things on them, and then they came with, I guess, a little toy on the inside. I've also seen candy mini lunchboxes, but these go on eBay, not the way that you see them now, the way that they originally were when I bought them. They come they are sold these days. You can find them for about $10 to $20 to $30. And so I was lucky. I kind of kept watching and got lots. And I got the lots for basically I got each one for about $2 a piece in that case. So I felt like that was pretty good. I didn't get tons and tons and tons of them for that reason, but I did get quite a few. So just to give you an idea again, in case you're just joining, we've got multiple here. I did mention earlier too that we got some varieties. So I started showing you those. So we got this one. That's one type. We've got this one right here is another type. This is one of the Nuka-Cola ones. This is actually referred to. Actually, let's see this. Let's see if people can identify the names of each of these, because most of these do come from the actual games. The one I just barely showed you came from Fallout 4 and is in Fallout 76. But like this one right here has a name to it. And so it is actually not the main one that you see. The main one that you see in the game is actually this one, right? And so it has the bottles on the side like that. And then on the back, it has this Nuka-Cola thing. This one has on the back, it has the nuka-cola zapper like that. So, at any rate, and then she's on the side. So yeah, I'm still trying to get an NCR veteran cosplay, but they what? But they're so expensive. Yeah, I get that. Um, Thanks, G. Any rate, so yeah, that's that. So there's two types of Nuka-Cola ones. One that you more commonly see in Nuka-Cola world. The other one that is referred to in a different way, and this one's more commonly shown in 76. So, anyway, so that's that one. Then we've got, let me grab these here. I've got this one and this one. Here we go. So this one right here, who can name, I'm watching both chats as best I can, who can tell me which game related to Fallout that this one is from? And extra points if you can tell me what the name of this, because it has a name, of this lunchbox is. New Vegas. Cam says New Vegas. Of course, you're the first one to answer that. But anyway, yes, it's from New Vegas. This is what the back looks like. This is what the front looks like. This is Zion National Park. I grew up in Utah, and so I've been to Zion multiple times. There's actually a lot of things that are in this game that I've been to personally. But at any rate, yeah, so this is how this one looks. The name of it is, it's supposed to be the Trail Mix. Okay. Well, it's called, this one actually is called the Little Scout. Or Lil Scout, Lil Scout, is how they refer to it in the game. So that's the name of this lunchbox, and it has the U.S. National Park, 1919 to 2069, right there on the side. I actually had to make now these labels, by the way, too. Let's see if I have any of the labels left over. Well, I have the ones that we're using today. I'll show you those. So, I've got what I did is I went through and I cleaned up and made these kind of from scratch a little bit. Some I was lucky with where I had more than enough reference, but because I needed them to be higher detail for printing them where they'll look nice, I had to kind of redo them. And so Sith Lord Miguel does a lot of art stuff. He knows where I'm coming from. But at any rate, let's see here. No Vegas. Wasn't paying attention to the crayon. Okay. But at any rate, so there's that one that I made, and then there's the side piece that has all the different characters. I had to go find them all and then put them in the right order for this, and we're gonna put those on here in a couple minutes, actually. But at any rate, so that's one of the versions too. So far I've shown you 4 versions. Then I was like, hey, I'm going to make some of things, that they didn't put inside the game that I feel like they should have. For example, the adventures of Captain Cosmos. I mean, why wouldn't they have a lunchbox for that, right? When I was a kid, I had a Mork and Mindy lunchbox because that was big because I'm really old. But at any rate, so this is my own, this is kind of a real from scratch design. And because there's no clean pictures of any of these things that haven't been drawn separately by somebody else. On the back, you can probably guess what's on the back. You've got co-starring Jangles the Moon Monkey, which this sticker looked a lot more clean before I sprayed it, did the first coat. But again, I'm going to show you what I do at the beginning that makes that look pretty cool. So that's another version, and then the final one, which I've got to kind of tweak these because the vinyl is not sticking right. But Grognak, right? So you got Grognak there. We got him on the side right there, and then the bottom, of course, it says Grognak, right? Grognak, and then on the back we've got back. There we go. We got a different scene. And again, hard to find nice, clean versions of these pictures, so I had to go through, which is funny. I went through, I took the reference, I cleaned it up, I even drew a lot of things from scratch, and then I just to make it messy again. But anyway, are you selling these or just for personal collection? No. So again, I'll be giving these away. You're gonna be doing a Grognak jacket, Cam, probably for the event. Do you sell those, or are you just for your own cosplay stuff there? Oh, anyway, yeah. So these are I'm going to be giving these away at the celebration at the Fallout celebration. I'll also be giving these away at New York City Comic Con and stuff like that. So if you just come to me at one of these events, these can be yours. That's who I'm literally making them for right now, is for you guys out there. But yeah, so there's 6 types and then 2 different sizes. So you got the small size versus the big size of each. Let me see if I can get those for everybody to see. So small versus big. Anyway, two options. So I'm going to push these out of the way now so that we can get to work on the first one here. I'm going to try and get this set up so that everybody can see things clearly. Here we go. Yeah. And so if I hold this out, oh, there we go. All right, perfect. So this right here is just a blank one. So far what I've done is I hit it first with a nice primer, gray primer. Hit everywhere, which you should be able to see a little bit better on the inside. But at any rate, hit it with that gray primer first. Then I hit it with a hammered metallic, which Rust-Oleum makes. I use that stuff for most of my projects, actually. In fact, here, I'll show you something on the side. I was going to bring this up later on because this is one of the first things that I did rust on. But see that texture right there is that hammered metallic. And all you have to do is just spray it on and it just looks like that already. And then it gives you a nice texture for painting everything else over. So that's what I did to kind of start this whole project off. Inside of here, I have hidden my little handle that I'm going to be using too. So anyway, but the first thing we got to do is we got to put our stickers on this. And so start with the front sticker right here, right there. And I'm going to try and get the YouTube people a little bit closer. The one, I think it's because it's not bent. Hang on just a sec here. Try and get it where it looks a little bit better. Hoo-ha. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. I don't have a ton of room to stick my hands through, but at the same time, it is what it is. So first step, try and separate those. Oh, there it goes. Impressive. Okay. And then the hard part, when I'm trying to put it on without much room to do so. Ooh, I don't know. There we go. There's one label. See how much cleaner this one looks? So now you can see how the difference between before and after, how that can look. Or this one right here, look at how messed up that one is already. But before we even started weathering it, really. Anyway, so we got that side. Now I'm going to do the other side here. Maybe. Okay. I think the last time I did this little thing on here, I'm going to look at one of these so you can see how much room I have. I got you. All right. Last time I ended up dividing it up, which amongst 2 days. So I just printed these labels on vinyl. And then, oh shoot. Well, it is what it is. I got a little crease on there, but that's okay. The benefit, I make 2 kinds of things, right? So I make stuff that I intend to look bad, and then I make stuff like that Pip-Boy 2000. See how it's all shiny and new? It's supposed to look nice, right? So, you know, if you're wanting to make something look really nice, you got to take your time. You want to take your time. You want to really nicely crop things off so that you don't run into problems, right? But in this kind of case where we're going to making it look crappy, every mistake counts. Every mistake helps sell the authenticity that this is something that's weathered and has problems with it. Here comes my next sticker right here. See if I can peel it. See if I can peel it here. Oh yeah. Here we go. Whip. Okay. Trying to line this up on the bottom. Whoops, I gotta flip it over though. So everything faces upward from here. I want these 4 guys in the middle to be at the bottom. And I'm gonna have to also cut and trim this a little bit. So, ooh, kind of wish I would have. Oof. Don't have a lot of room for getting this on there. This is tricky. This is tricky. Okay, that's a good start. Give me a second here. Let me grab my scissors. I'm going to just quickly trim these a little bit. One trim right there. And then let's see. Yep. Oops. Looks like something else got stuck underneath here. Uh-oh. There we go. Got it out. And I tore the sticker a little bit, but again, I'm going to overthink it. Okay. Perfect. And then on this side, also, if you can only see what I'm having to do to get this where you can still see it while I'm doing this. It's not clean. It's not pretty on my side. Okay. Sith Lord Miguel. Jeremy, don't peel off the entire back. Just peel it enough. Well, it's hard because I'm having to start in the center, and I didn't have a middle cut. I totally agree with you. Typically, if I was doing some kind of label, that would be the way to approach it. But the downside is to really get it where it lines up on both sides. I need to start in the center, the application. So that's what I did. But at any rate, so this Lord Miguel has, I think that's the name of your YouTube channel too, right? Has a YouTube channel, also streams on here. And also on Twitch, right? I don't know. But does a lot of cool Fallout stuff, has a lot of artistic ability. Check out that channel. There we go. Trying to go around here as best I can to do this. All right. May have to open up the thing a little bit. Also, might notice there's a little bit of paint to show through from the original object, which was like a fluorescent green. Had like talking animals and fruits and stuff on them. So that's what we're partially covering up, but that's okay because later on it'll all work out. I can actually fit this under here. I could use my Vault-Tec screwdriver to do that, but instead, I think I'm going to use a pallet. Let me see if I can use a pallet thing to lift this up and slide this underneath, because I'd rather slide it underneath than cut it off if I can. But we'll see. Maybe so, maybe not. We will see. No, it's just not hard enough. Here we go. And maybe I can't get that underneath there like I did on some of the other ones. Oh, yes, I can. Maybe. There it is. Boom. Huh? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, see, yeah. This one isn't going to go quite as far as it looks like. That's okay. We're going to make up for these spaces later on. That's part of where the weathering is going to come in handy. But now we have our front sticker on, our back sticker on, and our side pieces here, which I could also clean up a little bit. Just tuck that underneath a little bit. Again, I don't care too much if I mess up or tear things a little bit. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. It's like the Bob Ross of Twitch. Yes, okay. I thought so. Yep. Do Star Wars, things like that. Does a lot of animation work. And the name Sith Lord Miguel. Although originally it was called, now I'm forgetting what it was originally called. Your channel was called, but anyway, it used to be the play the Sith Lord, did the voice and everything. It was very funny in reviewing movies and stuff like that. I thought it was a great setup. Now does even more stuff. So, any rate, so now we're ready to do some of our first layers of actual paint. So, Mongo Cat, hi. So anyway, so now we're going to go outside. Yep, I'm going to take you on a little field trip. Isn't that exciting? And we're going to go outside, and we're going to paint this so that it will match everything. I'm going to flip around the cameras first. So, and if you're just enjoying too, again, we're going to be doing some miniature Fallout lunchboxes. So let me flip around my cameras here. YouTube's is really straightforward. Oh, here we go. Does that do it? Nope. Now I have to go down to this little thing. Go flip camera. Flip camera. Let's see. That's that direction. Sure. All right. And then I need to tilt these up too in order to be able to film with them correctly. Pick that one up. I'm going to pick this one up. And then we're going to go on a little field trip to paint our stuff. Oh, actually, there's one other thing I'm thinking. There's one more thing we need to do. Darn it. We need to do something to Grognak first, I think. Yeah. Why not? Let me fix Grognak. Flip that one around. Put it back down for a second. And we're going to flip this one back around. What? There we go. Flip camera. This one kind of hit. There. Darn it. I just got to wait for the delay. Okay. There we go. All right. So, well, thank you. Thank you very much. All right. That was, Pocket Fitness. Hey, I thought you were on the YouTube channel. You're over here on this side. Didn't you? Now, wasn't it you that moved to Good Springs? I can't remember. Somebody recently moved there. Very impressive. I don't think I could do that. I have too many things that are amenities in this world that I think would be hard to get there. But yeah. I tried to send a gift. That's cool. All right, let's see here. Oh, it's not you. It's Vault Girl Blues. That's right, Vault Girl Blues. That's who moved there. Wow, I really want to see more about that journey and about what that experience is like when nothing else is going on there. I can't imagine. In case you guys haven't seen or been there, I mean that's a really tiny town. But she is going to be documenting a lot of that on. I don't know if it's only on. So you guys see, this isn't working out very well. The one thing I don't know. I had good plans in relation to Grognak. I designed it where this was supposed to wrap around. It didn't wrap very well, and it's peeling up. So I'm going to tape it down and then add a little bit more paint in hopes that it will kind of clean things up. Not my preferred way to do this, but where'd my scissors go? But at the same time, snip, snip. You want to move to Las Vegas? Yeah, I would like to move to Las Vegas. I almost did 3 times now. I used to go there. I used to do stand up in Vegas. And when I did that, from where I am in Nebraska, I can get tickets, or used to be able to get tickets for like $40 round trip, which is awesome because, and what people don't know though is the reason why, if you're in a state where they do that, where you can fly directly to Vegas, cheaper than you can to states that are closer. The reason is because the different casinos would fund that to try and get you out there, because their plan was to make all the money off of gambling and drinks. But then COVID hit, and a lot of that went away. So anyway, yeah, I was thinking about using some. The national parks in proximity is unmatched. That is true. So I will. I'm coming there. James is going to be with me. If you watch my channel, your Geek Fix, you know James. You know Vince. Vince isn't coming this year. Maybe next year. We'll see what happens. Chris Bernardo, he's going to be hanging out with us from the Wand Company. And some other people that I can't yet mention that are big in the Fallout. As far as related to the making of the game and to other stuff and the TV series. So that should be fun. We're actually going to be staying in a place that has several rooms in it. It'll be like a Big Brother situation almost. The place looks really like the Big Brother house that we rented, but at any rate, I think it's kind of funny. Okay. These little bits and pieces I might not have to worry about too much, but maybe I'll just use a little bit of tape here. Figure I'll be painting over it anyways. Maybe it's not a big deal. I was going to use a flat tape, but I only had so many minutes before we started, so I decided that one's a little bit better. Okay, that's fine. Let's see here. I'll get at least one more so that when we do the paint job on it, it looks better. This one's not doing too bad, but still. Let's see here. You have a 3-bedroom and some creator stain. Awesome. Very, very good. Well, we should get together at some point. I'm going to be there. I get there on Tuesday of that week. So we'll be there in a bit in advance. We're going to go this year. James is going to jump. He wanted to jump last year. If you've watched my YouTube channel, you might have seen I jumped off the stratosphere. James was going to do it last year because he had an injury earlier that year. They won't let you jump at all within a lot of months. And so even though he was healed up, they're like, nope, you have to be so long without. So we didn't get to do it that time. So the plan is to do it this time. James also did some skydiving this year with his brother. And I think that'd be more scary, but he thinks that this will be more scary. But having done the jump from the stratosphere, it's not bad. The key is when you first step off, be prepared. It does not feel like you think it's going to feel. Because you think it's going to be like, oh, like stepping off of something. But you literally plummet pretty quick, which I wasn't expecting. So when you first step off, you're just like, whoa, what's happening? And your body kind of reacts to it because it's not what you're expecting. So it's not so much the height. It's not so much the fall. It's just that initial sensation is not pleasant, but it goes away very fast. Highly worth doing. I'd highly recommend it. The community is my favorite thing about Fallout. Me too, actually. That was one of the benefits of 76, and now also with 4 going back, because now you can do some things with 4, is being able to also communicate people and talk to them and hang out and build things together. Oh, la la la. Not the way I wanted to do this, but hey, There it goes. Okay. And maybe a little more on the top. Actually, this one looked pretty good before I even started working on it, but anyway. All right. Looks like I'm doing pretty good on battery life. I didn't use last time to learn so that I could be prepared and have some backup power reserved because I was focusing on other things. And just before the live stream, I ran to the Dollar Tree to buy some stuff for $1 that I thought I might need for this project. But anyway, I'm going to be spraying these too. The reason why I was fixing these real quick is because we're also going to spray it to try and get it, cover up this tape that I'm doing. So, at any rate. All right. Pocket Fitness. I would like to be a little more buff. Or a little more, at least not where I stick out in my costume this year. I was planning on doing that by working out, but instead I might actually buy something that I think is better known by or more used for women, because I haven't found anything for guys. I'm gonna have to buy a woman's one that holds, it's basically like a girdle. It's like a spandex girdle thing underneath my outfit, so I don't stick out so much this year. That was one that bothered me last year. That and seeing, oh yeah, when I flip around the cameras here, speaking of the way I look, in case you guys didn't notice, whoops, first I'm going to drop that camera on the ground and twist that up and twist this one up. Yeah, this is how I look now. So better get used to it. It's a really strong prescription, and I didn't want to get lenses like these, or I didn't want to get, I should say, frames like these, but I had to, so they were thick enough to hold the lenses. And so, but they and I showed a whole bunch of frames to all my friends and people at work and things, and they were like, "Oh, that pair, you should go with that pair. It looks best on you." And then when I got them to actually wear them, I paid a lot of money for them. I was like, "Oh, I really hate the way they look." It's just different, I guess, more than anything else. But I'm not going to be changing anytime soon. And because my prescription is so strong, I have a condition called keratoconus. And so I actually have cornea transplants on both eyes. And then on top of that, I have to wear crazy level glasses. But anyway, I thought about, I was going to get contacts, but the kind of contacts I need in the end would be, guess how much? $12,000, which is just crazy unreasonable. So anyway, I'm going to be carrying our little lunch boxes that we just barely made, that we're now going to add some details to. And we're going to be going out to my garage to be able to spray, the next level. And coincidentally, I didn't wear a belt on my pants, and they're trying to fall down. So that's the kind of video this is, apparently. Let's see here. All right, so we're going to head upstairs now, and we're going to go outside like so. And all right, and here we are in my garage. Here, I'll turn the cameras around for you guys if you want to. I'm going to flip camera, and I'm going to flip camera. There we go. I just put these shelves in. Got a lot of our tools here. Got the laser cutters and stuff. Got my CNC over there. And then here's my little station I've set up for painting stuff. And so, let's see here. I'm going to put these down real quick. And, wow, thanks so much, Junior. I only caught Junior at the end of that. Definitely going to try this. A lot of things to do before the event in Vegas. Yeah, I get you there. Let me see. So I'm going to try and hold this in a way both y'all on YouTube and, oh, that's pretty good, on YouTube and on TikTok can see. So the first I'm using, this is the thing I mentioned earlier. This is my favorite paint in the world. Forged, hammered, paint and primer, all in one. Rust-Oleum who makes it. They actually make several, I've got a couple other ones over here. Make several different ones like this one. Also, this is a lot darker version that you can get. And then we're also going to be using this one here in a minute. This one's a chestnut and color, but it gives that nice look of something that's kind of weathered already. And so it gives it a good texture for me to paint on top of. But all I'm wanting to do, and this is the key, is I'm just doing kind of spritzes. But I'm doing it from far away, like that. There we go. Like that. Just like that. So I'm just going to kind of spritz. Just spritzing. And I'm doing it from far, far away. And yeah, I'll get a little splatter. That's okay. That's what we want. Whoop, whoop. And a little bit there. Okay. Good to do it. Now I'm going to turn it this direction. Should have started on the other side, but well, best laid plans, right? We're just wanting drizzles stuff. All right. And then I'm going to flip these over here in a sec, or at least stand them up. Let's do it that way. Sounds like a great idea. Yeah. No, I'm going to flip them over. Whoops. Hi, viewers. Oh, okay. Flipping this over. Becky, thanks. If I missed anybody on TikTok, I apologize. This is my second time of doing this. So, little drizzles again. Whoop, there we go. Okay. Perfect. Next, I'm going to use that hammered, forged hammered. This one's chestnut. And this is the one that kind of, if you already saw where it kind of looked like it had bits and pieces of stuff. I'm going to try and move. The problem with me using it so much recently is that I'm going to get more splatter than I should. So not happy about that, no. Kids playing outside nearby, so that's what the sound is. Oh, shoot. Whew, these ones are going to be real messy. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right. That's it. So now, wanting to grab those, I'm going to grab them here. And I'm going to flip the camera back around here as I go back through my house. Here we go. All right. How to carry these? Maybe I'll just carry them on the box that they're on. All right. Now, go back inside. I might need my daughter to help me out. Get this up. Oh, no, I got it. By myself. All right. All right. Going down into the deep, dark basement. All right. This room where I film stuff is pretty messy at the moment because I'm trying to go through organizing things again. But maybe next time I can take you on a better tour of it. Okay, here we go. Back in the studio. I will show you something here. Flip the camera. And so these are the boxes. This is what we've done so far. So just from going out there and doing what we did, we now have this effect, right? Like somewhere between it getting rusted and having birds poop on it. I don't know, one of the two. So I take these off, and this one got quite a bit more. But at any rate, oh darn it, this is still sticking up. Whoever ends up getting these Grogneck ones, I apologize in advance. I had the best intentions, but you know how it works in the end. Just sometimes things don't come out the way you want. So, you can't always get what you want. I am going to sit this down for a second. And I don't like having empty space. But I might need to... Oh, I do have some wipes down here. Maybe I'll try just using the wipes. I'm going to need to wash my hands. And the biggest reason for that is because if you get paint on your hand, like I have on my finger right here, then that will stick. It'll bond with other paint, and could really ruin our project. Earlier I said not to worry about ruining stuff, but this would ruin it in a really bad way because it would look like a fingerprint. And so, let's see if I can at least get off this part that would be the most... Yeah, I don't know. I may have to go wash my hand real quick. Just so we don't run into problems, but... I'm going to just go for it. No, well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Still sticky, still tacky. Okay. So, that down to there. This down to here. Okay. Let me get another wipe. If I can get this where my finger isn't sticky, then I should be good to go, but... Yeah, no. All right. Let's see. Freddie. Thanks, Freddie. Let's see. Okay. B-Red's back. Steve. Hey, Steve. The one and only. Definitely going to try this year. But I have a lot of things to do before the event in Vegas. Right. You're coming. So, Steve... Yeah, you announced on the last live stream you're coming to New York, so you're going to be the first probably to get your choice of pick of one of these. So, at any rate, good times. Anyone else that wants to come to New York, Comic-Con, you'll also get a nice first choice of whatever. I do have a fun way in which I'm kind of selecting what people get and stuff like that, but maybe I'm not too bad with my finger. I'm not going to overthink it right at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and proceed now. So I'm going to back this up a little bit. We're going to back these up just enough where I can now get my paints in here. I think I'm going to use this kind of palette this time. If you watched last time, you probably saw me use this burnt umber right there, which is the key wash color that I like. I'm going to put a whole bunch right there. I'm going to put a little more right here. I'm going to put a little tad right there. Just like that. Next, I'm going to grab some of this lemon. Yeah, well, I'll do it. Yeah. No. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I also kind of like this color. What is even this color? Sand. I also like sand color a little bit. Are these both? These are both. Yeah, these are both oils. So that's what I'm using right now. In case you were wondering. Put a little bit in here. It looks, oh, that looks like bad mustard, doesn't it? Anyway, a little bit of that. And then I'm going to take a little bit of yellow. right here. Don't need tons of it. Oh, man. Okay. And a little bit of red. This case, some crimson. Just red. Yeah. It's kind of usually a darker red. There we go. Let's see what kind of colors we can get. I think those are good colors to start with. Palette, or as far as paint brushes and stuff, I just grabbed a bunch of dollar store stuff. I do that even though I have some nice kits. I do that before these sorts of things because I try to stick with stuff that I know that you can also get. I'm trying to not use things that you can't also do or use. So that's the idea, at least, behind it. I'm going to go through and mix up a few of these colors now. And so, I'm looking for the right paintbrush to do it, though. How about this one? Yeah, we'll just do it with this one. So, I think I'm going to keep this one pretty much the way it is. I'm going to take a little bit of this and mix it with a little bit of this right here. Yeah, like that. And then I'm going to bring that over here, and I'm going to blend it in with this. And then I'm going to bring that back over here and blend it with this. Yeah, this is all making sense, right? Okay, changing my mind about which paintbrush I used. It's not as stiff as I was hoping. I'm going to steal some of this yellow. And just looking for something that's where I want it to be. Yeah, start there. Okay. All right. Put that paintbrush over here. And now I need a flayed brush like this. Oh, sorry. Hang on. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, I'll try that again. Sorry for those that are on. There we go. Sorry about that. If you're on the for some reason, TikTok makes you do all these like crazy little activities while you're trying to live stream to prove that you're still there. But anyway, all right. Let me make sure that both of y'all can see this. All right. Let me bring you guys over a little bit more like this. Yeah, and yeah, that's not bad. All right. Let's see what happens, yeah? Yep. You'll notice it'll stick to those things that we just barely sprayed on there kind of nicely. And so I can get kind of a nice texture going. Hitting around the picture. We want to picture all the two things. One, I want to picture every crevice where moisture is going to gather and then rust things. I'm also, or get dirty. And on the flip side, also based on however it would have been left or sat, where things would have blended or been caught. So same thing, same thing over here. Naturally, I'm going to have some that hits right along here. So, for example, right? Okay, just like that. It's hard because I also know this thing, when it gets opened, it's going to expose the areas I didn't touch, but that's okay. When I do the mentats, I'm really going to have to not go inside those containers because I have to keep the food area completely sanitary and clean, even from, pretty safe paints, but still. Yeah, that's kind of, how's that looking? Is that pretty good? Yeah. Oops. Let's see here. And then I'm trying to remember how I refreshed my YouTube stuff before. I can't remember. Oh, I think I do remember. I think I have to go to here. I have to go from there. Sorry, give me a second. Maybe. I don't know. I might have technically lost my ability to check into chat on that one. Over here, I've got thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. Oh, well, yeah. Well, thank you for being around. Let's see here. And you sent a donut. Thank you for the donut. All right. Get a little bit more of this. It's hard to see on the screen the exact colors of these, but basically I'm wanting a brown that has some yellows, some reds. That's kind of, rust kind of works from dark to light, the light being kind of some highlights of yellows along the way. And I'm really hitting these corners, so you see how I'll go along there like this, like that. Hopefully everyone can see okay. I apologize when my hand gets in the way, but I just don't have a better way to do it. No better way to do it. Even when I'm doing things by myself, I still talk like this. This is what I say to myself. I'm like, yeah, we're going to put a little tree right there. I really Bob Ross it when I'm on my own. Oh, yeah. Okay. There we go. How's that looking? Pretty good? Not too shabby, right? We want those details that are on the underneath to still be sticking through, but at the same time, like, yeah, look at that. It's doing a good job so far. Even when you don't see much on the outside, the truth be told, it is there. So, it's how it'll also kind of touch up that picture. It's going to make it. Oops, sorry about that. Might have to make some more paint already. Really want a lot of buildup down here in that area. kids are home, so you're going to hear a lot of things going on upstairs. It's always tricky when I'm doing stuff. Okay. And I need to do some more mixing here. Gosh, I can't believe I'm running out. It's a little bit drying out too. Ew, that's not the color I want. I need a little bit more darks. It's getting there though. It's getting there. It's getting where I want it. Almost. Yeah, you'll know when you see it. You'll know it. Still too red. A little bit of yellow. That's about it right there. Okay, keep on. Whoops. Darn it. I just got some on my finger. Let's see. Let me grab a wipe. Oh. There we go. Let's get that a little bit off that finger. So I don't have it. I'm going to keep this over here, though, that little lens wipe thing. Up here at the top, you notice I didn't fully have the sticker go all the way around. We're going to be filling in all those spaces at the tops by rusting them out. You know, I'm guessing from having the handle kind of sitting there. Oh, yeah. I haven't put on the handle yet either. I'll do that right afterwards. I'm guessing from having the handle that we would. I do want more darks. It's still just not dark enough. Is that better? Maybe. You know, if you don't like how it's looking, you can also always go back and I don't know. Actually, maybe I do. I think I just need to. I got these little foam brushes of different kinds. This is where those come in. Yeah. That's a little bit of texture, but also kind of buffs it out a little bit. So it's not 100%. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, we're going to put a friendly little tree right here. Okay, here we go. Sort of thing I say when I feel like it's looking too much like a Bob Ross show. All right, so little tiny amounts of yellow, just spritzy spritzels of yellow. And yeah, that's the exact color I want. And I'm not going to be able to have it for long. I'm going to use it as much as I can. Where I can. Notice I keep wanting to hold it up to my face. I can't do that on here. Oh, man. Great. Accidentally got a bunch on the side here. Again, I'm going to use this thing. And drag it around the sides of it. There we go. What do you think? Yeah? Yes? No? Yeah? Maybe so? I don't want it to look like I used a brush. Is part of the key. You know? Some places I do. Some places I don't. You see, I'm going for different kinds of effect. You know? And so, and I could go overboard. I'm going a little overboard on this one, but that's okay. Right? And so, I'm going to keep what I have on this brush. I'm going to bring it around a little bit. Just so I have some extra texture in there. Why not? Right. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think one problem that people commonly run into is that they try to, when they do their rusting, they use just one color, and it's really not. It's just not. It's not one color. There's so many cool colors that pop up. That gun I showed earlier, the whatever you want to call it, not gun, but the zapper. It, you would assume because of iron and things that it would have some chemical change over time, which is the whole idea. So, so you start getting these metals that develop is technically part of what we're getting with rust. It's not just breakdown of things, but it's a change of its composition. And so you go down the periodic table and you get all the pretty stuff starts popping up, right? And so for that reason, we get not just like reds or browns, but we get yellows, and gold, a lot of like bronzy look to them. So that's why I use some of those paints as well. So I'll have some bronzes around to be able to make it have those highlights that you'll get with real rust as centuries go by. And this stuff's been sitting around forever, right? So yeah, war never changes, but metal does. Huh? What do you think of that? I just came up with that. At any rate. Let's see. I know that there is a way for me to update my chat stuff on here, but I gotta figure out how to do it. Oh, here we go. Messages. There we go. Hey, Pete Neezer. Thanks. Very good. Brotherhood is still. And okay. Oops. Anyway. gotta know when to stop though too, but I also am trying to make sure I got everywhere. You know, oops, like over here. I don't want an area that's too clean because it'll give things away. I'm going to have to, a second here, I'm going to have to add a little bit more paint. I'm going to have to create a new palette here. I'm going to foam this end here. That's the sound that foam makes. Okay. Yeah. Again, if you're coming to one of these events, to the Fallout celebration or to the New York City Comic Con, and you're wanting to claim one of these, just email me at yourgeekfix@gmail.com so I can kind of keep you up to date on where I'm going to be and how to find me. You'll really need that at the Fallout event celebration because, like I said, 9,000 people are planned to be there right at the moment. That's a lot, right? You saw the sticker was completely clean when we started with it. It's actually, it's hard because, you know, because I don't know if it's the lighting or the way that cameras work on phones, but the colors, some of the colors that I see don't show up as well on the camera, but at the same time, it is kind of what it is. The Dweller Who Spoke. Right? The Dweller Who Spoke. Anyway, so Sith Lord Miguel, they look so good. Excellent job. Well, thank you. Getting there. Let's see. I want to make sure my back also looks pretty good. I think it's basically, I think this one's done. I think we're ready to move on to the next lunchbox. But first, I'm going to put the handle back on it. Also, we'll need to clean my hands a little bit or just rub it in. Why not? Just rub it in. It's good for your hands, right? I will be spraying these later, by the way. So in case you're wondering, before you go asking me, I know people will probably ask me, aren't you going to spray that to seal it in? Yes. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to let it naturally dry first underneath before I go doing that. So also, I might have to add a little bit more paint based on how I mess up things when I'm trying to put on this handle, because I didn't do it the order I normally put on these handles. Usually put on the handle before we go, whoops, before we go painting stuff, but okay. One, and here comes two. There we go. Everybody notice I was using a Vault-Tec screwdriver there? I need to get more of those. There's one thing I'd like to see if I can buy more of from the wand company. It'd be that. So at any rate, look at that. That's basically the final product of that lunchbox right there. So I'm going to show it off to both cameras here. Yeah, like that. Not too shabby. Could be yours. Just come see me at one of those events. All right, so let's pick another one. I think I want to do. This one looks crazy already done almost, just from that little paint that we did beforehand. where we sprayed it with the chestnut and a little bit more of our, hammered metallic paint. But we're going to add some more. Bringing my paint palettes back over here. Might have to create some new colors, but I'm going to try and go with what I already have first. I'm going to try and add some color now right along here, right here. So just to fill in between these two stickers where they kind of end and tie things together a little bit. There are some benefits of not having the handle there, I will admit. Hitting the edge of the metal. I always find it interesting that people will try to do, when they're rusting things, they'll then go back or they'll add silver to be like, oh, well, that's where the paint scratched off, or that's where the thing's scratched off. That would be the area that would be most likely to be rusted. So you're not going to have so much of that, So kind of more than anything, what I want is more these rusty areas. I'm going to use my foam brush. Now I'm going to pull this up a little bit more. There you go. You guys see that a little bit better. Yeah. And flipping that up for a sec. My fingers are sticky and they're making it sticky. That wasn't a good song, sorry. Doing what I can here. Okay. Yeah, it's not too bad right there. All right. Good start. The top area. Anyway, I'm going to clean up my handle a little bit. Use everything I can from the current palette before I go updating it. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that I'm staying in camera, but you know how it goes. So sometimes it's not so easy. Again, I'm going to be hitting corners like this. Sometimes it's the more subtle things you do make the best effects. I'm also finishing editing a interview that we did last week. The boys and I, Vince and James and I, we sat down and we talked to Howard Berger, who is one of the top. He is like the top, actually. Makeup effects guy in the world. Did Aliens, did Kill Bill, did all of the Walking Dead series. Started doing things when he was 14 years of age. His dad, was in film and was able to get him work in makeup special effects at a really young age because that's what he wanted to do. And he's just done what he's wanted to do ever since, and it's passion. And but at the same time, I asked him, well, like, what would you tell people that want to get into this? And it was kind of discouraging because he's like, well, I wouldn't, because it's a different era now, and practical effects just aren't a thing. Like I wouldn't go into at this point. Like you're too late. That's kind of what he said. So even though he technically still doing practical effects, but he's like you'll be competing with people that are also the top of the game, and there's just not enough jobs to go around. So it's kind of a little discouraging for anyone that was wanting to do that, but at the same time, I get where he's coming from. But it's too bad. Stuff like this, like practical effects, including model making and painting and stuff like that. I think it is making a comeback, and that's part of what he has kept him busy. Like he does a lot of Sam Raimi stuff. Naturally, people that they don't want to do, or Tarantino, people that don't want to, they want to use the old standards because they do have a different look to them. They do have a different feel, and they give it their own, they add to the aesthetic, I guess you could say. But anyway, so that'll be coming out hopefully today. I'm not done editing it, but it might come out today or tomorrow morning. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So, anyway, yeah, it looks better to me in person than it does on the camera, because there's some things that are just so light, it's hard to pick it up on camera. But anyway, I think I want another one of these. This one. There we go. Yeah. Did some cleanup here. Layering is also an important part of this. So, thank you so much, everybody that's on TikTok. It's sending me little things. It's hard, admittedly, it's hard to look at something and paint it while you're also looking at the screen to see if people are writing things or sending things or whatever. I appreciate anything you do, though. So the best thing you can do is follow me. Follow this channel. That would really be helpful. Or check us out over on YouTube. I'll have a more detailed video on how to do everything from the very beginning. And also a lot of other things that are worth checking out. So anyway. Yeah, that's good. It's looking pretty good. Pretty good there. Again, the layering piece. So I stamped that down. I'm coming back, adding a little bit more. And I'll just add a little more detail to it. Make it look a little better. Just take your time. Every layer will give it a little different. And the light, as you turn it, should give it a little bit of a different look. I'm just going to hit the front here. I love how my yellows are coming out a little bit too. See little bits of yellow in there. Awesome. It's exactly perfect for this front area. It really does look like rust because of that. It's sticking to my fingers right now because I'm touching the back, but at the same time, like I said, what's sticking is, like you said, the problem will be with those areas of my fingers that got some of that paint on them are now going to really cause me some problem. When I took this sticker, put it on, I had to take it off, put it on, take it off, put it on to try and get it to line up. And that's why it has these white spots that you see. It's because that's what happens when you do that with a vinyl sticker. My dog's barking. His name's Toby. Hi, Toby. He's just trying to be on the live stream. Hopefully he stops pretty soon. Okay. Hit with this. Oh, look at that. Look at how it's adding some nice color to it. I like that. That looks a lot better than it was. Yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Now we'll come in and do our detailing again right here. I'm almost out, though, but it'll get me through at least this lunchbox. All right. What we're wanting is just like little, basically works of art that, you know, they're fun to have and look at and stuff. There's all the, see if I got the bottom good enough. Yeah. Okay. So, what do you think? Pretty good? Not too shabby? All right. G. Okay, YouTube chats. I'm trying to. The problem with my YouTube chat, I don't know why it keeps freezing. So I have to go into this. I have to go into the settings, set it to all, and then unset it from all, and then it starts to do it live again. So it keeps freezing, and it looks like nobody's saying anything. Might use a piece of wire to hold it while you're drying it, or just to move it. I agree. That is a good way to do it, especially if you're spraying things, typically, right? This one looks kind of crazy. Okay. Should we do Grognak? Grognak. So this is Grognak. YouTube's out there. They look awesome. Thanks, Petre Nazar. Or Peter Nazar. That's right. You told me before. It's just Peter, right? Spelt Petre. But Peter. Yeah. Let's see here. Thanks, Dabo, that you just joined. Like I said, thanks. I appreciate that. I need to make a new palette. Unfortunately, although I think I can use a lot of the colors that are on here. I don't have to get new colors out. But I might have regretted that, or I might regret that, I should say. I do. Okay, now I'm gonna add more of my umber. Once again, burnt umber is kind of the color that we're basing our palette on. Oh, here it is, right here, burnt umber. This is Adam Savage's favorite color, but not oil. He uses a powder. Also, if you do Winston School, any of those, they like burnt umber colors. It's funny that it was a color I was already using, and then I found out they also use it, and it just made me feel very justified. Let's see here. Legitimize my practices. I think this is the one I'm going to use right there. Yep. But I'm going to get a new brush for it. I liked that flayed brush. It was really great. I don't think I have another one. Nope. I'll have to use this one. Perfect. And I'm doing it going along. This is the one that, remember, I have tape on it. So I'm starting on the taped area to see how well it works. I don't have a lot of hopes for that, but I'm still going to do it. I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to make it work. Actually, it's not too bad. Okay. If you're wondering, and you're a long time whatever on the YouTube channel, why is this in vertical mode? I hate vertical mode. It's okay. I'm going to have a wide version of this that'll come out later that will give a lot of details. A standard video. This is just an opportunity to hang out, talk to people, make things, stuff like that. So, at any rate, okay. Look awesome. Steve, you're still here. Yay, the chat keeps going. Yo, yeah, the chat keeps coming from all the top chat. They do look great. Gotta go. All right, we'll see you later, G. Oh, gotta go to Too Hard to Watch. Keeps freezing. Oh, is it freezing on YouTube? I wonder why that is. Hang on. I might be able to fix that right now. Good thing you guys mentioned it. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know why it's freezing. Any rate, let me see if opening the door makes that better. Yeah. Woo, it's like drawing my pants back. Okay. Alright, I opened both doors, so. Hooah. I opened both doors, so hopefully that improves things. Yeah, it should. Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. Gonna just kind of see what I can do with the Grognak one. Like I said, I don't have high hopes for this one because there's that tape on it, but maybe. I also don't have to do quite as much because I really got a lot of that initial paint on here. So trying to also hit all the areas got hit with just the hammered metallic paint. Okay. And then if nothing else, at least this should help to dampen some of the shininess of that paint that I should have done flat instead of shiny flat tape, but it's all I could get before this thing started, so I did it for you. I did it for you. And it's all your fault. No. Let's see. It's better now. Oh, is it better now? Okay. I don't know what happened. Tried. Alright. I'll have to watch it back later. On YouTube, I can watch it back. Supposedly, you can do that. The owner of the video can do that also on TikTok, but I don't know. All right, I'll see what sticks because of that paint. Not much, but it is working. Actually, it's working okay. I think I'm just gonna, if people want the Grognak one, they can take it. This might be the one that people, it's funny because I kind of was looking most forward to creating a couple. I do feel good about the, I think it's the next one we'll do, which is the space one. That one should come out pretty nice. I think it'll come out nice. Grognak's looking pretty good, actually. Not too bad. So yeah, maybe it won't be. Maybe it won't be too bad. What do you guys think? I mean, I think I need a little more paint on the bottom. You can see the line of the sticker a lot more on video than you can in real life. But I don't know. Oh yeah, by the way, one thing I won't be doing today, there are some of these standard Vault-Tec ones that I'm going to be making into cap mines. And so, but I'm working on a mechanism for that right now for the light and switch. And so it's just for that size, that scale, it's just hard. It's very small, very small. So, anyway, Grognak. We don't have any reference to, you know, there would have been a cartoon, right? Even in the standard 1950s thing, outside of, you know, a little space show and a cowboy show and things, they would have also had an animated series about Grognak. It would have been just like He-Man. It would have had like a Shiro type of character in it too, right? Definitely would have, and it would have had a theme song. And part of the theme song would have had to have been them yelling out the name Grognak, just like He-Man. Yeah. Might hit this with a little bit more of that paint that we did outside. Because that'll stick better than this. I could switch over just for this one and use a little bit of acrylic or something, but I think this is fine. Oh, I forgot to do the whole bottom. Probably be an important thing. I'm trying to use the handle in the way that you mentioned, where I think it was G that said that about the using a wire or something. But Okay, I'm gonna hit it now with the brush. If nothing else, it's gonna look dirty. Actually, I don't know. It is looking pretty good. All of a sudden. I think it's compensating for some of the other stuff. So, Grognak, and I think I need a little bit more right here, right? Right there, a little bit more. Okay. Snap. Maybe I should have done some black. Starting to consider. Kind of want to clean up this. I want him to show through a little bit more right there. See if I can. Is everybody seeing okay? Going all right? There you go. I think that's realistically all I'm going to get out of Grognak's one. So, any rate, there we go. Peter says adding some glow in the dark powder to clear paint would be a great idea. Yeah, give it a little bit of that radioactive touch, right? Any rate, yeah, we'll let that dry and see how that one turns out. Let me grab some wipes for my hand real quick before we switch to the next one. I'm trying to think. So we've only done Grognak and Vaultec, right? Oh no, we also did we did the original version. Okay, so I'm going to go through which ones we've done. So we're halfway through. We've done 3 of the 6 styles so far. Just want to get it off my basic fingers. All right, so we did this one, right? Chia. Right. This is the basic Vaultec lunchbox. Then we did this one. Woo-wee! We did this one right here. And this one is the Nuka-Cola World, from the game version of the lunchbox. This is one that you would have gotten in the game right there, right? Then we did the one that I created, which is not from the game, but I mean, let's face it, there would have been a Grognak lunchbox, right? I mean, it only makes sense. You get the comics in there. I will be doing some more art to this, so these ones will come with mini Grognak comics inside, and as well as some other magazines. So that's those so far. We're going to switch gears now to this one. This one right here. This one, Dry Cha. All right. It kind of reminds me of Hercules. Yeah. That's really rusty. It was. I really overdid the last one, rust-wise, didn't I? Cam says, I'll have radiation barrels at my booth. Oh, you will? And glowy stuff. Everyone is welcome to come and take pics in Good Springs. Again, Good Springs event, November. Cam, do you want to, what are the dates? I'm just blanking on it. What is it? It's November the I want to say like the 16th through is it 13th through the 16th? Does that sound right? You can verify for me. So that if you want to come, that's in Good Springs, Nevada, which is a real location in the New Vegas game. This lunchbox is from the New Vegas game. So this is called the Little Scout lunchbox. November the 14th through the 16th. Oh, it's right. Yep, 14th to 17th, but what Steve says. Yeah, so that's that week. The week before, I'll be in LA. I'll let you guys know where I'll be, where you can come get these as well. And then the month before, in October the 9th, I will be at a booth at the New York City Comic Con, the fan home booth, actually, to be specific. And at 11 a.m., I will be assembling some things in person. I will be giving away stuff like this, as well as the screwdriver set, things like that, to anyone that comes up that can show me that they are subscribed to our channel. So anyway, so yeah, we're starting with the Little Scout. I'm starting with the back for some reason, just because that's where I flipped it over to for the Little Scout. I'm gonna move these cameras a little bit because I had a hard time fitting in between. Okay. I really like this one. I don't want to make it too messy. I feel like it's just the right amount almost right now. So I'm just trying to just add a little bit, maybe. When I was growing up in Utah, we used to go to Zion every year. Lake Powell is a common, popular place to go in Utah. It's easy drive also from Nevada. Zion. When I found out that they used to be bringing people from Japan to Nevada to get them to invest. And one of the places they would take them and say that it was Nevada was Zion's National Park, which is kind of funny because it's not. It's Utah. So anyway, I think they also would take them over to Arizona, parts of Arizona, which Zion's. You can't drive straight south from Utah to Arizona, which is also where I've lived in the past, because Zion's is in the way. So you have to drive around it, add some time to it. You have to go through the mountains and all that. But anyway, anyone that's out there that's done those trips, you know what it's like. It's not safe, I feel, because as a scout troop when I was a kid, also with even some of our family trips, like it seems like every time we went there, it would flood. And you get, if you want to know what a flash flood is like, go through there. And some of the areas there, we're talking tight spaces, the canyon, there is no getting higher, and it just rushes right through and people drown and get killed, stuff all the time. So it's not a safe place to just go by yourself or to not follow. Always make sure you're following what the park rangers are saying about conditions. Make sure that you know what's going on, because out of nowhere it can go from being hot and whatever. It's kind of right near the desert, so has that implied. I'm gonna add some yellows to this one. I know it doesn't look good yet. Just give it a second. Jeez. Yeah, see? Now we bring over our foam brush a little bit. It's usually a better idea to go with a slightly darker color. I'm almost thinking of using some blacks here in a second. I am considering it. So, okay. Let's see. November 4th. Sorry, the 16th. Are you using texture paint, like for basing of just the Madcap minis? Oh, Madcap minis. What I used initially for the first layer, which going back to this. So if you look at this, I haven't done any additional stuff to this. You can see it already has some texture. So I used, when I sprayed the bases of this, I used a Rust-Oleum, the hammered metallics. And they really take you quite a ways as far as that part goes. As far as here, I'm using a mix of acrylics, oils, and then I might be using a little bit of epoxy in combination right here, right there. So, but it has a nice texture to it. Yeah, it looks pretty good in person. It's hard because, as you probably know, being a miniature person, what comes out on film is different than this. You always have to, whenever we do things for props, if it's going to be for film, I got to do it the way it looks nice on the camera. When I'm doing it for in-person presentation, I got to do it how it looks nice in person. And it's hard sometimes to find a nice combo where it's both. But at the same time, this one I think I just want to get just kind of highlights and textures in between. Like that. Sorry. There's a tendency, because I'm blind, to want to bring it up closer to my face to do detailing, because that makes sense. But the problem is, it's not great for, live streaming. Okay, yeah. Definitely sticking with some darker colors on this one. I did a lot of, I had a hard time from every picture I have and from in the game, seeing what this said clearly on it. So part of it I had to guess on what it said, because I created that logo for myself. So I knew that they did it based on some of the national park logos, which this is part of the logo. It has the little buffalo in it and things like that, the shape. So I created the shape and everything. I couldn't tell exactly what it said underneath, so I said Zion. The dates I guessed on too. I did see that it said 1919, which is when the Zion National Park was first established. And then I put it to 2069. So I don't know. If you know what the real one actually says, let me know. I'd be curious. The one in the game, I should say. Because I couldn't find a good, clean reference. And I needed a clean picture that I could then mess up by painting over it. I wanted it to come out nice and good. Okay. All right. Thank you, Dan. Oh, and Charlie MC. Thank you. And HL lit up the little gifts in their gift. Well, that's cool. Da, da, da. Let's see here. I'm always painting tiny, angry men. Oh, okay. Props. That's like fun. That's funny. Yeah. I'm actually finally kind of landed a gig to build a prop for an actual movie. So, I don't know how they're going to use it. But anyway, I'm kind of excited about that. And I don't think I can show much about it either until it's kind of done, but their filming is done, I should say. But I don't know. If you're making a movie, you want props, and you're willing to let me keep the props afterwards that I make, sure, reach out to me. I like this paint. This paint is I've never seen any spray paint that dries so instantly as this stuff does. It's also by Rust-Oleum, but it's for creating camouflage to spray on what do you call those? A blind. So anyway, yeah, I think I like better this one not having such dramatic, just kind of like highlights more than anything else. Let you know that yeah, it's a little bit rusted, it's a little bit dirty, but you can still make everything out. Because I feel like this one is a real kind of work of art. I hate to over paint it too much. If you know what I mean. Oh, there we go. How's that? Is that a little better? Okay, so camera on the right's gonna get more stuff because I'm right-handed and I'm using my left hand to hold it, so it's gonna be facing more in this direction. But I'll still show you what it looks like in the end. Oh, I'm really liking it. I'm liking it. Pretty happy with how it's going. A little dirty, but at the same time, you can still make everything out. You know what I mean? And it really does look like a military box. This isn't the intention behind that, but at the same time, it definitely, I can say that it looks like the things that would be similar to it, kind of thing, you know? All right, now I'm doing the front. I think I will put a lot at the bottom though, because I want to darken it up to match up some of this green. Make it transition a little bit better. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it. It's funny, you might not think that you're painting much, and then you look real close, and it's like, wow, look at all the little tiny detail that it just created. That looks really, really good. Right. It's also kind of bringing out a lot of the colors that are in that painting, don't you think? In the cover, it's making it look more, it's like turning up the hue and saturation a little bit. It's nice. Okay. Like it. Back looks nice. Sides look nice. Oh, one side looks nice. Whoops. Kind of running out of paint though. I hate to change palettes because I'm really liking this palette for this particular one. What do you think? If you get too much on some, mineral spirits will help you. I got some mineral spirits over here. Ciao. Anyway. Which reminds me, I will be also showing you how to do actual factual instant rusting on one of these. I almost forgot to do that. Gotta pick out. I don't have a lot to experiment with it on. Okay, baby. I'm barely going to finish this with what I got. Yeah. Okay, now we're ready to do the top, boys and girls. Do. Okay, here we go. I agree. Yeah, using some. Going back to the earlier comment somebody made, using some wire would probably be great. I'm going a little bit darker on this one than I have been. I'm just going to totally, as much as I can, with this. Go a little bit overboard, maybe. Okay. Okay. Look at that! I got a little paint on my hand. That's just for saving for later. Just. All right, now to flatten this out a little bit. Maybe add a little bit of yellow to it. Trying to see how you're seeing it. Yeah, not too shabby, right? Pretty good, pretty good. I want to clean that up a little bit. Okay, there we go with that. A little bit better. Get the other one. Okay. Yeah, senior. All right. There you go. So, pretty good. That was number 4. 2 more to go. This one. This one's kind of fun. It has the nuka-cola zapper in it on the back. The one, kind of a different. I had to do one that style. The one that I built looks like more like the one that I'm used to in the game. But I don't remember. Did the one in New Vegas have a different look to it? Wasn't it also a red body and not a black body? I'm just remembering it wrong because I've dealt so long with the red body. I have a hard time giving you guys. There we go. That looks right. Okay. This one too, I don't want to make it too messy, but on the other hand, Definitely want the Zap That Thirst to show. Do. A little bit more. It's almost that time where I need a new palette. I hate that. Every time I start to like one, I gotta create a new one. Although then every time I like that new one, I'm like, I hope I don't lose this one, right? Just the way it works, I guess. Yeah. There you go. So far, so good. If I move my palette, I can lay my hand a little bit flatter. I'm going to move this over here. I don't know how many of you are really into seeing me dip in the palette, but I mean... Physics. Got to keep in mind where things are going to be gathering and happening on this. I was always kind of better at the biological sciences, but kind of more germane to my current job. But nonetheless, I once thought I'd try and get around. I saw that one of the options as an alternate for one of the sciences was astronomy. And I was like, oh, astronomy, easy peasy. Like, that's just memorization work. I'll memorize some stars or whatever. No, it's a physics class. And it was harder than the normal physics classes. So, yeah, it was one class I actually struggled with, and I went back and just took normal physics. It's funny because I do really well with math, but some aspects of physics I just struggled with. Okay. At any rate, okay, if you get too much, oh yeah, I already said that part. Tungsten chair says cool. Steve, if you by chance have some time on the west, I'll pick you up to get lunch or something. Just an idea. Like I said, I'll be in LA. That's not too far from you. Or that's where you are, right? I can't remember. Steve's coming to visit me. You deserve the most, I think, of anybody out there, because Steve's come to LA, out to Good Springs, and now coming to New York. It's wild. That's crazy. I think you'll like that Comic-Con, honestly, if you haven't been to that one before. I hate to say it, but the Comic-Con that we all associate with Comic-Con is kind of going away, in case nobody's heard about this. It's just, and I think people are also no longer impressed by it, just because of some things that have happened and stuff. But then also, California's just kind of prioritizing the Olympics, and literally told them, nope, you're not going to have this space anymore. So I honestly, having been there, I think the New York Comic-Con is a pretty good alternative. Also, you get a lot of international people at that one because it's in New York, which is kind of fun. I got a lot of friends from like places like Germany and stuff that go to there and send pictures back to me. And last year, what was the funniest thing? If you've ever seen our our Pip-Boy videos, my son was in those and played a character named Timmy. And last year, I got a message from someone that went to the Comic-Con in Germany, who said, "Hey, are you here because somebody thinks that you are, and they were wanting to get a picture with you, and they had dressed up, cosplayed as my son from that for that show." I haven't had anyone cosplay as me, but my son has had someone cosplay as him, and that was pretty cool for him to see. He's YouTube famous. Anyway, now look, give it a nice effect. See where I kind of brushed it off. That's the benefits of that burnt umber. Boy, it sure can do a kind of a cool job in that piece. All right, thank you. Up all gifts and their gifts. Wow. Okay. I also, Star Wars says, I also use women's makeup. What's it cause? The fine powder gets into the. It's true. The reason why I don't tend to do that is because there's also some metallics that over time can kind of mess things up for me. I have actually done that myself. The alternative to that is I'll take a bunch of. I've actually got some right here. For example, I'll take some chalk pastels like this, and I'll grind them up to fine powder, and I'll use that, and it does a good job too. It's kind of it's actually a trick that I use also for doing for taking my 1/6 scale figures and upgrading them. It's a nice way to do that. So, check out our channel for something I'm about to do pretty soon, Star Wars related. Speaking of which, speeder related. You might be interested. So, anyway, that's our YouTube channel. I'll do that on. I'll probably show it on TikTok as well. Steve, yeah, I'm close. All right. Before I go out there, I'll let you know. I kind of don't know the schedule because I'm relying on other people right now. Because I'm going to be going to visit some kind of cool things, but I kind of have to do it on their schedule, which kind of means that I have to then bend to their schedule. So it makes it a little harder to plan my own things when it's set up like that. But at any rate, yeah, I want some more of this color, maybe. I think this one's gonna have most of its rust on the bottom half proportion. I don't like. Okay, let me sit that down for a second. And here. Kind of clear out some areas and highlight them a little bit more using my. I've got a makeup brush. Speaking of makeup stuff. All right. Isn't that weird that they put metallics in women's makeup? I mean, dangerous ones. Like seriously, crazy. So if you think about doing a lot of cosplay and stuff, is you can actually get really sick if you start getting symptoms. speak to you as a medical professor, not a professional now. It's a problem with a lot of cosmetics is that if you're using them pretty consistently, is that you can get symptoms of illness. And if you start having neurological symptoms a lot or things like that, it might not be what your doctors would diagnose you with, because they think they're just clean symptoms. It's probably multiple etiologies. It's probably due to the fact you're exposing yourself to a lot of paints and stuff. Earlier I was painting out in the garage on the live stream. Spray paints, if you're spraying a lot and you're not using a mask, you'll get big old lesions on your lungs. And there's actually a condition that's tied to that that's just as bad as like black lung or anything like that. So yeah, be careful. Use precaution. It's really true. These things are not good for you. Even some of the paints, I like oils because they tend to have less of that problem. But even some paints, you're like, wow, the amount of lead and things like that are still, even now, in paints. My wife's an epidemiologist, and she is trained also in doing lead testing. And it's funny how many toys that are coming out now still have lots of lead in them. So her department does a lot of testing of even objects that you think, surely that just came out recently. It's a very popular toy. Like, why would Disney put a ton of lead in that? The answer is they probably didn't. They didn't know. They sent it out to China and assumed it met the regulated levels. I don't like how this side came out, but I don't know. It is what it is. I'm flexible. Just kidding. Okay, I'll keep you posted. What up, geeks? Hey, it's Vince, Massive DMG. Also check out his channel. Caught Jeremy at a fun conversation. That's true. Vince hears me talk about stuff like that though all the time, right? Tangents are my game, but then I edit them out later on. That's the problem with doing these live streams. I can't edit that out. PB and jelly time. Awesome. Are you doing the song, or is that because you're actually going to have a peanut butter and jelly song? All right. Got to do the top real quick. At some point in time, my batteries are going to die because I don't have an alternate. I don't have a power source up here for me to connect to. So all of a sudden, if it ends out of nowhere, that's probably why. Let's see, 42%. So we're halfway through. That's not bad, right? Really need some more darks. Some darker darks and some... I think I'm going to use my foam brush on this part. Aggressive brushing. Do 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 do. Yeah, want some on the edges here a little bit. All right, now I'll go through and use the brush. And I don't want it to all blend. No, sir. I don't want it to be too much. There we go. Okay. I'm going to call that one good for the most part. I don't know. What do you think? It's all right. Is it name? I never got the lunchbox Where do you get them? You don't. You buy. So I'm making these from scratch, basically. So you can, as far as the free part, you can come see me, come meet me at the event, the Fallout event in Good Springs, Nevada, November 14th through the 16th, or in Good Springs, Nevada. Or you can come see me in LA the week before that. I'll have further information on that if you're subscribed. And then you can also come see me at the New York City Comic Con on the 9th of November. And oh yeah, that's looking good. I like that. That came out just right. So anyway, and then you'll get one of these things that I'm making. Like, yeah, making it for you. All you have to do is just come get it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more that we haven't done yet. Oh, it's my favorite one. Yeah, look. Again, not in the game, but it should be. It should be in the game, right? The Adventures of Captain Cosmos, which you will recognize. You know, I mean, yeah, it makes sense that there would be a lunchbox, right? Captain Cosmos lunchbox from the TV show, which also co-stars the Moon Monkey, also known as Jangles, which we kind of already painted over a bit. These actually look pretty good almost the way they are, but I'll add a little bit. I think the current paint we're doing is just going to probably make it look a little bit more. Oops, just got a ton of paint on my hands. Give me a second while I wipe it off. Oh no, Jingles. Any rate, so yeah, I was like, I got to make. Same reason I made the Grognak one. It's like, sure, it's not. It should have been though. It should have been in there. I'm surprised that 76 hasn't created more lunchboxes of a variety. Maybe I've missed that with some of their expansions, but I mean, yeah, it only makes sense. It would have been a very popular lunchbox. Yo, from Steve to, I believe, to Vince. And oops, I've also got a message over here. It says, you know, let's see here. Okay, no, here we go. Like I said, I don't want to use this too much. This one's pretty done. I'm just kind of highlighting some stuff. We're using that paint to just kind of turn up our hue saturation. All right, making it a little more detailed and messy. There we go. See, I'm filling in those cracks with some color. And I'm going to hit these corners real hard. Like that. Vince, if you're still on, I was just saying I'm hoping to have that interview we did with Howard should be posted tonight or first thing in the morning tomorrow. So watch for that. I don't know how free you are, Steve, but you could go with me to the prop store if you want. That look pretty good. Yeah. What's really sad is here it took this long to do the few we've done, and I still have to paint 25 of them that way. It can be relaxing, though. At least then I don't have to verify it's something's on the camera as much. Okay. Here I do think I want to fill in some gaps. Shouldn't it? I think what I should switch to, some black. I think I said that earlier though too. No, I didn't. Maybe some reds and blacks. That's what I should do. Some dark crimson colors. So I'm going to throw a little bit of crimson on, and then I'm going to all right, Steve, if you had a choice, is there one that you're thinking that you're going to want more than another one? Doing your, let's see here. And all of the sudden, we got an interview with the, oh yeah. Yep, yeah, I talked about it a little bit earlier. All right. Time is it? 3:34. Oh, I have gone longer than I initially planned, but that's okay. Like I said, this one I think more than anything, I just want to give it a little more dirtiness, because most of the work that had to be done on this one really was done out in the garage earlier when we sprayed it. So maybe a little more on the bottom too, from what I can see. My table that I'm using right now is kind of convertible. So it'll have a wood top at times, or another top, and then one of them has some pieces, some areas where I can actually put screws and things. It's kind of cool. All right. Once again, if you're just joining us and you're like, hey, how do I get those for free? Well, come out to the Fallout fan celebration in Good Springs, Nevada, or come to the New York City Comic Con, or if you're already coming there, come see me at the fan home booth, where I'll be building stuff and giving stuff out for free, or email me at yourgeekfix@gmail.com, so that as I set up some of these events I'm going to be going to do, as well as time in LA that you might be interested in, yeah, just email me, let me know, and I'll put you on the my kind of like let them know list. The only thing I'll email you about is just that event, nothing else. I won't sell your information or anything. Oh no, there goes my brush. Let's get a new brush, shall we? Okay. Yeah. There you go. And so, let me wipe off my hand before I go doing the next thing I was going to do in a second. Oh, I want to pick up the things that I painted on them that just landed on the floor. Wiping my hands off real quick. And then I'll bring these back over. So we got this one, bloop, right there. We've got, as far as the styles, we've got this one, bloop, right there. This one, bloop, right here. This one, bloop, right there. That one, and this one. So 6 styles here. Maybe lay these back and then I'll get a better angle for you guys to see. Here. Still got to paint more of these today. Later today, much later. Much later today. So at the same time. Oh no! The wind and the rain. Okay, here we go. And there we go. Yeah. So whoops. Knocking over the YouTube folks. What's going on? There we go. You guys have the best view though at the moment. So I'd be honored to just get anyone. And it would be cool. Just finished my King of Cosmos head. Oh, well then there you go. That's pretty cool. Got Vin singing in the chat. I never bought any special edition. I'll get the next one when it released. So, yeah, we made 6 types of lunchboxes here, which when I wipe off my hands, I will hold up for you. From Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout Nuka-Cola World. Actually, was it just called Nuka World? I can't remember. It is Nuka-Cola World, is it not? Is that just an additional thing I added to that name? There's several things that I just kind of always thought for the longest time. It just gets stuck in my head, kind of I don't know. But a little more wipe. Should have brought some hand sanitizer. Works great for this. Okay. Have to go golfing today. I'm kind of blind when it comes to golf, and I've decided I'm going to come up with something to glimpse up a golf ball so I can track it. Because I can't see it once when I hit it. It's a real problem. Okay, so here we go. We got whoops, whoop. All right, so let's flatten these out here. Maybe there's got to be a way I can make this look better than it is. Like this, like that. Okay, so we did this one right here, right? This is the Vault Tech lunchbox, and it looks, wow, it really does look pretty good, including with the little crap that got stuck on the bottom of right there. There we go. Interesting. So of course these are still kind of drying too, but at the same time, oh, that's the front. Here's the back right there, right? And so there's that one. And then we've got the Grognak one, which is kind of overwhelmingly rusted at this point. But at the same time, you can still tell it says Grognak. You got Grognak on the bottom. You got Grognak on the side right there, right? You got Grognak on the back right there. That's the Grognak one. And then we've got, this is referred to as the Little Scout, which is from Fallout New Vegas. And it has the national park stuff that goes all the way around it. And then back here on the back, we've also got another angle of one of the mountains that's down there. And so that's pretty cool. That's Fallout New Vegas. Then we've got nuka-cola. This is, okay, well, I got to do this in order. This one right here is the one that you would know from the actual theme park, right? So this one looks correct now. And, but the one I like the most is this one, which is the one that it's referred to as alternate. So nuka-cola alternate lunchbox. And this one is actually from Fallout 76. So anyway, but at the same time it has that nuka-cola zapper. It says Zap That Thirst, which is the theme or the motto or whatever you want to call it. Then we've got Captain, the one that we just barely did. We've got our Captain Cosmos, TV style lunchbox, which has the Captain Cosmos symbol on the bottom. He's got him on the side. On the back, we've got the monkey, Jangles, on his little rocket as he's flying away, right? So there's that one. And then I just realized we did a mini for that one, not the full size. Or no, that was a full size. Okay, sorry. And then we got, let's see here. Is that all of them? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I did that. 4, 5, 6. Sure enough, that's all of them. So yeah. So those are those. And at the same time, I did show you also that we have a different style of lunchbox that I did. Whoa, the sticker is coming off right there on that one. Sure enough, weird. But anyway, so this one these have latches that are more like a standard lunchbox. They do have handles that are a little more true to form for a standard lunchbox. But I don't like the backs to them because I don't think standard lunchboxes sink in like that, but I don't know. These are also a little bit smaller. So while these bigger ones, let me see if I can get the same one. Yeah, there you go. So size-wise, you can kind of see the difference. While the bigger ones, I think, are 1/3 scale. These aren't quite, I don't think these are smaller than that. I don't think that they are 1/4, but I don't know. They might be 1/4 scale. I have some 1/4 figures next to me. I could probably check that out. But at any rate, it's not that much smaller, though, I don't think. But at the same time, so I do have 2 different sizes. And as far as number goes, I mean, we do have, quite a few of those to do. So anyway, but I still have to finish a whole bunch more. So anyway, yeah, come to one of these events. Come to the Fallout fan celebration, or come to our and yeah, come to one of our fan celebrations. Jeez. There's a message that's being held for review. I can review the message, I guess. Oh, well, it's from Connor. Eat meeny teeny weeny. I think I saw the word weenie, and I'll go ahead and show your comment. But anyway, another moderator just handled this. Oh, okay. Well played. So at any rate, yeah, come out to one of these events and meet me. Show me some of your Fallout stuff or your cosplay that you're doing, things like that. We got the Fallout fan celebration November 14th through the 16th in Good Springs, Nevada. Be sure to check that one out. We have the New York City Comic Con, October 9th. I'll be at a booth at 11 a.m. building stuff and handing out this stuff, as well as some some kits like this that have kind of a screw set for kind of an iFixit kind of thing, but at the same time that I'll also be using for building stuff. And then I'll also be giving out Mentats and their boxes that I'll also be done. I also have some keychains. Do I have the keychains down here? Let me see. Let me see if I got any keychains to show you. Well, I got keychains. I don't have them down here right now, but at the same time, all stuff like that I'll be handing out in very fun ways, doing some interactive stuff. And also in LA, I'll kind of update you. If you want more information on any of these things, feel free to email me at yourgeekfix@gmail.com. But in the meantime, it's been fun hanging out with you, and looking forward to seeing you all soon. I'll let Vince's message also be shown. Yeah, be sure and Connor, who by the way is very involved in that event, you can get a discount to stay at Buffalo Bill's if you put in the code. Oh, this is very good. SCFALL, which I think I also gave the other link that you gave me before. I put it on our last live stream. I can do it on this one too, but at any rate, forget the 2. Sorry, SCFALL2, to be able to get a discount to stay at Buffalo Bill's, which is also in game. Very cool for that experience. So yeah, come out and see us. Come out and dress up. Come out and play. We look forward to seeing you, and I will be doing more. My next live stream will be actually opening some Star Trek stuff, and that you can't get anymore, and also talking about that. So be sure and join us soon. This has been your Geek Fix. We'll see you later.